Hello Techno Trends 24. Family, get ready because what I'm about to tell you is not just another celebrity rumor or a vague hint on social media. This is the confirmation fans have been waiting for. Yes, you heard me right. Zhou and Cheng have finally shattered months of speculation, coy smiles, and eagle-eyed fan theories by confirming that their relationship is not just rumor but radiant reality, and the internet has exploded with joy, tears, memes, and celebratory chaos as fans across China and beyond scramble to digest the heart-fluttering confession. It began innocently with a shared post on social media. A simple photo of the two holding hands against the backdrop of a glowing city skyline captioned with nothing but a red heart emoji, but that single image detonated across Weibo, TikTok, and Instagram like an emotional supernova, fueling endless comment chains where fans wrote, "We waited for this day like waiting for spring, and this is the love story of the decade." The entertainment industry, notoriously secretive about relationships, watched in stunned silence as the two young stars, Zhou, the rising actress with her radiant roles in Better Days and Word of Honor, and Cheng, the charismatic idol whose every move sparks feverish discussion, decided to embrace honesty instead of hiding behind stage denials. The ripple effect was immediate. Endorsements surged, hashtags trended into the millions within hours, and brands raced to repackage their campaigns around the couple's newfound status as China's golden pair. Yet beneath the glossy headlines lies the human story that gives this news its irresistible pull. Two people meeting in the chaos of showbiz, bonding quietly. Through shared rehearsals and stolen coffee breaks, weathering rumors, denials, and the suffocating scrutiny of paparazzi lenses until finally deciding to tell the truth, a move fans hail as the bravest act in an industry built on masks. Insiders whisper that their romance began during a collaboration last year, when sparks on set translated into undeniable chemistry off-screen. Though both maintained professionalism until the curtain finally fell on secrecy, fan cafes erupted into celebrations, some organizing virtual watch parties, others composing fan songs and digital artworks, while international fans translated the news into multiple languages so the joy could cross borders instantly. Skeptics and cynics, of course, muttered about publicity stunts or media manipulation, but the sheer rawness of the photo, the unadorned caption, and the glowing smiles in their faces silenced most doubt, leaving in its place a tidal wave of giddy approval. Analysts predict that Zhou and Cheng's careers will not only withstand the revelation but flourish, as modern audiences increasingly reward authenticity over artifice, and the pair's decision to go public may well mark a turning point in Chinese celebrity culture, where openness becomes the new gold standard. For now, however, the story belongs not to industry pundits but to the millions of ordinary fans who feel as though their own hearts have been validated, who write long letters online about how the news brightened their exam days, soothed their work stress, or simply reminded them that love, fragile, bold, incandescent, still conquers all, and in the end, whether you see this as a PR masterstroke, a cultural milestone, or simply two young people daring to choose happiness, Zhou and Cheng's love story is the headline that proves even in a digital age saturated with scandals and cynicism, romance still has the power to stop the world in its tracks. For now, however, the story belongs not to industry pundits but to the millions of ordinary fans who feel as though their own hearts have been validated, and that sense of validation has spread like wildfire, morphing from casual retweets and cheerful emojis into sprawling essays, late-night livestream marathons, and entire communities rebranding themselves as shrines to Zhou and Cheng's love, where every detail, from the curve of her smile in the photo to the exact angle of his hand clasping hers, is analyzed with forensic devotion as though decoding a secret scripture of romance, and within that shared frenzy lies something profound, a reminder that parasocial bonds, though intangible, can create real comfort in a fragmented digital age, with fans recounting how the news brightened their exam days, soothed their work stress, reignited their belief in love after messy breakups, or simply injected a spark of joy into routines dulled by economic pressures, academic burdens, or pandemic-era fatigue. And it is this deeply personal impact that transforms a celebrity confession into a cultural milestone, because suddenly the couple's bravery isn't just about resisting industry norms, it is about gifting millions of strangers a love story they can hold onto like a talisman. In coffee shops across Shanghai, Beijing, and Guangzhou, conversations veered away from politics and stock markets to the softness of Zhou's eyes. In classrooms from Seoul to Singapore, students paused their lessons to whisper about the red heart emoji that became history, and even in diaspora communities scattered from Vancouver to Sydney, families gathered around WeChat screens to celebrate as if it were Lunar New Year, as though two young celebrities in love had somehow reminded them all of home, belonging, and continuity in a turbulent world. Fan artists, working tirelessly through sleepless nights, flooded platforms with watercolor paintings, 3D renderings, and anime-style reinterpretations of the iconic hand-holding photo, while musicians uploaded ballads and EDM remixes inspired by the couple's courage, their creativity snowballing into a self-sustaining cultural ecosystem that blurred the line between art and fandom, passion and participation. so much so that even professional critics began to wonder whether the fans themselves were co-authoring this narrative alongside the celebrities they adored. Meanwhile, relationship bloggers and psychologists seized upon the frenzy to unpack why Zhou and Cheng Lei's union struck such a nerve, some arguing that in a society where personal vulnerability is often hidden behind masks of stoicism, their openness offered a cathartic blueprint for authenticity. While others framed it as a generational marker, proof that younger Chinese stars were reshaping the rules of celebrity culture not through scandal but sincerity, an irony that left even hardened gossip columnists admitting that perhaps this was not just a PR stunt but the genuine evolution of an industry. Skeptics, of course, did not vanish. They whispered that timing was suspicious, that endorsements loomed, that market algorithms had calculated the perfect release date for maximum engagement. But their voices were drowned beneath the tidal roar of fans who cared less about motives and more about the moment, because what mattered was not the machinery behind the reveal but the glow of seeing two people refuse to hide, and that glow, once lit, was unstoppable. Online, hashtags like hashtag #ZhouYiChengLei Love Story and hashtag RedHeartConfession became digital campfires where millions gathered, trading memes, gifs, essays, and even fanfiction projecting the couple into imagined futures, marriages, babies, silver-haired strolls by Westlake, while others crafted elaborate timelines mapping their love arc, from whispered rumors on set to this seismic reveal, as though charting the constellations of their own hope. The sheer scale of reaction attracted attention from international outlets, with Western tabloids dubbing them China's It Couple, while K-drama fan forums claimed their story rivaled any scripted series, and Japanese idol communities applauded their courage as a cross-cultural inspiration, proving that love, especially when unveiled against the odds, translates across borders without need for subtitles. The economic ripple was just as astonishing. Search engines recorded spikes in Zhou Ye's filmography and Cheng Lei's discography. Fashion brands scrambled to highlight every accessory seen in the photo, from his wristwatch to her jacket, while tourism boards eyed the city skyline in the background as a potential pilgrimage site for couples seeking the perfect love photo, effectively monetizing romance into an industry all its own. Yet beneath the commodification, there lingered something raw and undeniably human, the recognition that Zhou and Cheng Lei had walked through fire, paparazzi ambushes, anonymous gossip leaks, studio pressure, and still chosen each other, and that recognition stitched itself into the hearts of people who longed for reassurance that their own messy, fragile, unapproved loves might also survive. It is here, in this intersection of commerce, culture, and longing, that their story transcends headlines and becomes something mythic, like a 21st-century fairy tale unfolding in real time, where instead of castles and dragons there are camera flashes and social media storms, and instead of wizards and witches there are fans wielding hashtags as spells of protection, willing their beloved stars toward happiness. Already, speculative documentaries are in the works. Think pieces churn daily, and professors of media studies are drafting syllabi around this event as an example of digital age storytelling, a reminder that love stories no longer belong to novels or cinema alone but live, breathe, and evolve in the collective imagination of a wired world. Still, the most enduring legacy may not be the academic analysis or even the commercial bonanza but the simple, stubborn joy that radiates from fans who write messages like, "You gave me courage to confess to my crush," or "This made me believe in forever again." And in those lines lies the true heartbeat of the story. Two stars in love becoming a mirror through which millions catch a glimpse of their own desires and dare to hope, because whether Zhou and Cheng Lei ultimately marry, drift apart, or write their next chapters in secrecy, what they have already accomplished is rare and luminous. They have reminded us that even in a cynical era, romance can still stop the world in its tracks and restart it beating louder, brighter, and braver than before, a reminder destined to echo not just for weeks or months but for years, until one day fans look back and remember where they were when the photo was posted, when the heart emoji appeared, when the sky seemed to open and whisper that love, against all odds, still wins.